Good afternoon, everybody. Let's introduce my mule here. This is Dandy. That's short for One Dandy Donk. She is my main go-to and I like to ride her the most. Very gated, very fast. Anyway, we just got back from the hills from doing a little ride, and I thought I'd give you a little segment today on hobbles. Had a few questions and a few comments come up on that, so I thought we would go over that. Just show you what I use for hobbles. There's a lot of different kind of hobbles out there. It's pretty common. This is a grazing hobble. Has a chain in the middle. Obviously goes around the front legs. With that chain, it gives them a little more space. They can take little baby steps. When I have a new mule that's learning how to use hobbles, this is what I'm going to use. Just so they get used to it. They can walk, take little short steps. Another hobble that's very common is the nylon hobble here. This is a 2-inch nylon. They make it also in a 1-inch. They also make this in leather. I don't use 1-inch hobbles for anything. I like a little wider hobble for a little more surface area, a little more bearing area around their feet, less chance of getting burned and wearing the hair off their feet. This is a good hobble. It's a figure-8 hobble. I'll show you how this goes on here in just a minute and a couple tricks to this one. This is the hobble that I've gone to. This is the hobble I prefer now. This is called an ice hobble. It's made out of chain. It's got a couple of flat bars on each end, and then there's a ring welded into it. And I prefer this hobble. My mules really like this hobble. Works really well. It doesn't take up much space. It's not very bulky. It's pretty lightweight. But it works very well. I've never had any problems with this on my mules. I've never had one escape from it. I've never soared a mule up with this style here. So I'll go through the finer points of these and show you how to put them on. Okay. The key to these hobbles is they put these little rings on here, and that's to tuck the tail in off your hobble. Indefinitely what happens is that'll come undone. Then the next thing you know is they're stepping around, one foot will step on this and the other foot will move and it'll pull that loose. Next thing you know, that hobble comes undone. So this is how we prohibit the escape. I put a piece of cord on my hobbles right here. Now I'll show you how that comes into play. Let's put this hobble on and you can see. That makes this nylon hobble or a leather hobble escape proof. Okay, so I'm gonna buckle it. And I go ahead and stick that through just for good measure. But I've got this string on here. Now I'm gonna run that string through the tail. Then I'm gonna tie that down. Feels good, lots better, right? There. That is an escape-proof nylon hobble. If this rope or this cord is not on there, this hobble will be escapable. And if you're turn them out to graze with hobbles on, next thing you know, they're gone, free ranging. But they'll step on that tail with a hind foot or a front foot. Next thing you know, it's pulled undone. Now that foot's free and off they go to the races. I've had a few mules escape before I figured out this little trick. And it ain't good when you come back or they're gone. They've left the meadow, they've left camp, and they're headed back to the trailer. The trailer may be 20 miles away. All right, here's the grazing hobble. And I haven't used these in a long time. All my mules are hobble savvy. You can tell that because I don't have the little cords on here to tie the tails up. But anyway, I'll just show you how they go on. They're pretty simple. Just gonna go through like so. Buckle it. Just so you can see it. There we go. Same thing there. It's just going to go through and buckle that in right there. Now, I would have a cord right here that I would tie this tail down so that tail can't get loose, just like I've done on the other hobbles. But like I said, I never use these. I put them on just long enough to train a mule what hobbles are. and then I go to the chain hobble. But that's how I do it with the grazing hobbles as well. This is my hobble of preference, this ice hobble. It's a chain hobble, and you can see it's got this piece here that's going to go through that link and turn sideways. They don't get away from these. Pretty simple. Just comes around, run that bar through the ring, bring this one around here, and run that bar through the ring. You can see those turn sideways. Those don't come out. None of my mules are Houdini enough to figure those out, but those are the ones I really like. This is how I carry my hobbles when I'm out on the trail. I'll just throw them over a quarter strap, and I just put them on so they're hanging there. That way I've always got a hobble when I need it. So that's how we do it at Idaho Mountain Built. Give me a thumbs up, like, and subscribe. If you want more messages, hit the bell. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.